Hey there. Okay, here we are, episode 2, and we're going to continue with opinions and judgments from episode 1. And I had closed the topic up over there by stating that we can break free from opinions and judgments by becoming independent. Now, let's do a really quick recap. Opinions and judgments are something that we seek outward when we're not feeling whole inside. And this is operated by our fears, which operate our insecurity. And we really don't even understand that we're doing this, but it's an ideal self-image game. And what we're doing is we're manipulating the imaginations of other people. And we don't sit there and say, I'm going to go manipulate Becky for a second. What we're doing is we're manipulating other people's imaginations in an ideal self-image game. And it doesn't end. And until you decide that you're going to stop taking the opinions of people who are laying in bed just like us every single morning, deciding if they're going to be able to take off their mask and how they're going to feel about themselves, yet we're taking their opinions and we're placing true value into our own life and making it our truth. Pretty crazy, huh? It is. But that's the way it is. And most people don't even understand this. We don't understand that we are not aware of this. It's like passive aggressive manipulation. And once you stop the cycle of this, you can make your way to independence. So what's the first thing toward independence? It's a 2-letter word. Be right back. Gaining an understanding that the word no is going to lead you into a state of fulfillment and personal happiness is paramount. Because we're afraid to say no to other people. Of course, we want to see other people happy. And a lot of times we feel that the temporary feeling of being happy is going to lead to our lasting happiness. And this just does not happen. So what happens, we keep saying yes, when in fact, what we're doing is we're accepting tarnishment because we are afraid to say no. We're afraid that they're going to think ill of us. And that's self-abuse. People-pleasing is abuse. First up, learn to say no. Because this is going to free you. It's going to help you understand that it is okay to stand your ground, to be strong, to be righteous in your choices and decisions. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be independent-minded. To have your own thought, and to be a little bit selfish in yourself. Self-care, self-love. Because what happens when we don't learn the word no, and we get on this incessant desire to make other people happy, we start experiencing mental health and physical problems. We start getting headaches. We start getting stomach issues. We start getting pains in our joints. We start having depression and anxiety. We start losing interest in sex, and our appetite goes down, or maybe it goes up. And then you're going to have a whole nother set. And if you're already bulimic or have an eating disorder, it's going to set off a chain of events on your eating disorder. And this is certainly not healthy for anybody who, experiences, depression or suicidal thoughts. People pleasing is dangerous. Now, it's always nice to do something for other people, but we got to stop. And I mean this, you've got to stop looking for lasting happiness in temporary situations from helping people. Now, I'm not saying to say no every single time, because I sure don't. I mean, I love people and I love helping them, and I've always been a people pleaser my entire life. But you need to draw the line somewhere. If you really do not want to do something with all your heart and soul, you need to learn to say no. No, no, no. It is okay for you to be different. It is okay to be independent-minded and independent-thoughted. It is okay for you to love yourself and be different and to be unique and to have your own needs and to care about yourself mentally and physically. It is okay. It is okay for other people to learn to do things for themselves. It is okay for your neighbor to call another neighbor to help them move, or help with that garage sale, or help with that candle party. It is okay not to go to yet another Tupperware party. It is okay to say no. The freedom of not feeling obligated when you break free from people pleasing, I hate to say it, but it's orgasmic. It's a whole new, it's like mental sex. It's freeing. It's, I got a hair. I got a hair. Oh, there, got it. It's freeing. It's like sex for the brain. And it releases good endorphins. Doing things for yourself is good. It's okay to be a little selfish. It is okay. Saying no and standing your ground is being authentic. Pristine masks are really bad for your soul. Horrible. You look online right now and everybody's like, oh, love, 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 and help everybody, and that's all great in theory, but what you're not seeing in the memes, and I don't know who writes up half of them. I really don't put too much value in online memes. I really don't. If there's no detail, I just take it as it is. Problem is, when we're faking it until we make it, what you're doing is you're releasing out a low energy. But see, love is the highest energy that there is, and money is like by the skin of your teeth. It's right up there with love. And it is such a high frequency that when you're faking it, you're releasing a false low energy. Because if it's not of true, authentic love, it's of low frequency. There's no faking it till you make it. Period. That's kind of like saying that you can use monopoly money in place of real money, and it's going to have the same value and the same high frequency that the real thing does. It doesn't work that way. So here you are, faking it till you make it, releasing negative energy into the universe. And the thing is that you cannot fool quantum, spiritual, or universal laws. You can't. You can fool other people, but you're not going to be able to fool yourself, and you're not going to be able to fool the universe. And if you're trying to attain your goals and you're trying to get somewhere in life, this negative energy and being fake and wearing a pristine mask that's very dangerous to your energy field and your spirit, it's going to bring you a lot of bad juju on top of everything else. Being authentic, saying no to people pleasing, is the way to happiness and peace inside. Fabricating love and happiness is not. If it's not real, it's not real. You're releasing negative energy, and that's releasing negative energy into the universe, into the world. We have so much of it right now. We need to start making some cuts. You want to help the world? You want to make the world a better place? Stop being fake. So what you're doing when you're not being authentic and you're putting on the farce of pristine masks, you're sacrificing your soul and your vision. That's right. You're so worried about sacrificing your soul. You're so worried about adversarial energy, evil energy, whatever your haunts are, whatever spooks you. You're worried about parasitic energy. One of the biggest parasitic energies that there is out there is fooling yourself and putting on the masks. And this doesn't really work very well, like I said, in the universe. Now, when you sit there and make the decision eventually that you want the freedom to be your authentic self, you're going to have to come to the terms that you're going to have to deal with tension. You're going to have to understand that not everybody is going to accept when you say no and do what you want. I have a little story for you. A few years back, I was in a long-term relationship, and I was not too particularly fond of a meal that his mother was going to make on one meal. It was a Hungarian dish. It was goulash and a bunch of Hungarian dishes. So I'm the type of person who always asks what's going to be for dinner. So I said, I don't want to eat that. I don't like goulash, and I don't like Brussels sprouts and whatever else was being cooked. So I decided that I was going to bring Morningstar Farms with me, and I was going to sit at the table and I was going to eat Morningstar Farms while everybody else was eating their goulash and Brussels sprouts. And I did. I walked in and she said, "What is that?" I said, "It's Morningstar Farms. I don't like goulash and I don't like Brussels sprouts." And she kind of looked at me like, I said, "Is that okay?" And she's like, "Well, yeah." I said, "Okay, good. Because I want to enjoy the meal, and I know you went through a lot of hard work, and it's no disrespect to you. It's just I want everybody to be happy, including myself." And at first she was a little taken back, but she accepted it. And I did. I sat at the table, I made my Morningstar Farms, I nuked it in the microwave, and I sat down with everybody else, and I enjoyed my Morningstar Farms. And it was over and done with. It was a little bit of tension, and I got over it. And I do a lot of little things like that are true to myself. And a lot of my friends know, and people who are in contact with me, I will never do anything that I really do not want to do. I won't. If I'm supposed to be at your Christmas party at 7 o'clock, and I'm tired in my nap and I want to nap a little bit longer, I'm going to nap, and I'm going to show up at your Christmas party longer because I need to be happy too. I need to worry about how happy I am. And this is the tension I accept in my life. it's my personal decision. Now, of course, a lot of people, are going to go to the Christmas party, exhausted. They're not going to be like Miss Nap serious here and keep napping because she's not done with it. You're going to have to set your own parameters. I just have a lot of people in my life who know that I'm not going to do what I don't want to do if I don't want to do it. And I don't. And I accept it. I accept this tension. And it gives me thicker skin. Because I'm not willing to sacrifice my soul with a mask. People are so worried about sacrificing your soul with so many other things. And your biggest adversarial energy is actually yourself. That's the first thing you need to combat. This is the way to happiness. Standing your ground, understanding the word no, and stop people pleasing. This will give you the joy that you're looking for, and it feels amazing. Talk to you soon. Good day, good evening. If you have not subscribed, please do. Talk soon. Hey there. I have a couple afterthoughts to my show. When you hang up the phone with somebody and you're like, oh, I should have said this. I had that moment. I'm just hanging here with Lucy. I was going to read a book. I wanted to help you with a couple of tips for you to consider. My rule is always take what I say and throw the rest out, whatever you don't want. But I'm going to put this out there for anybody who wants to start, kind of nursing their people pleasing and test the waters. What worked best for me, and I had nobody to, help me figure out what to say or anything else like that. So along the way, I found what worked best for me was when I told people, no, I do not want to. And people who are used to taking you for granted and love to take advantage of you, they're going to be a little gritty and they're going to, be a little salty. But if you hold your ground and you say, no, I do not want to, they're going to, say, come on, come on. Just say, and no means no. And I do not feel it is right. For some reason, I found along the way, when you separate your words in this, instead of saying, I don't want to, when you separate your words and you say, I do not want to, yeah, it sounds snottier, but for some reason, people tend to take you more serious. There's something about separating your words in it that makes them take you more seriously, probably because it's more cut and dry. Stand strong in your convictions. Stand strong in your power. Don't let anybody make you do anything you do not want to do. And don't apologize for yourself, because the first couple of times that you do this, you're going to feel compelled to apologize. They're going to be going against you, and you're going to want to say, you know what, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to hurt you. I don't want you mad at me, because that's part of your people pleasing. You need to break through that. So what you do, instead of saying, I'm sorry, because you don't want to apologize for what you want, and you don't want to apologize for your feelings, okay, because you don't want to invalidate yourself. Say, I regret that you're not comfortable with this. I regret you don't feel right with this, but this means a lot to me. Please respect what I want. Please respect my boundaries. And if they say, come on, say, N-O means no. and just hold your ground, you know? After a while, they get the hint, and there's going to be people who are not going to like you anymore, and there's people who are not going to come to you anymore, or not much anyway. But if you hold your ground long enough, those people who are always taking advantage of you and taking you for granted and are used to you doing everything for them, they're going to come to you less and less and less. I'm not saying that you got to cut out everything you're doing, but you need to understand what works to stand your ground, okay? And I don't know the people that are in your life. I'm not saying to go up against a 12-year-old kid like this. I'm talking about your peers. I'm talking about your neighbors and stuff like that. I'm not telling you to go out and just blatantly disregard everybody. And kids, I'm certainly not talking about it, with your parents when they tell you to clean your room and not have sex at their house, and to bring the car home by midnight, not do drugs and not drink. That is not the time to say to your mom, no, I didn't want to. Okay, then that is being a snot face, okay? You don't want to be a jackwagon. Talking about kids at school, your peers, your boyfriend, girlfriend, people at school, and they're trying to pressure you to do something, don't be afraid to stand your ground. No, I do not want to. And be firm in your voice, be confident. No, I do not want to. And they're gonna, boo, and say, and O means no. I do not want to. And hold the, eye contact. Even if it's your bullies, fear nobody. And the thing is that a lot of people fear their bullies. And I had a big problem with bullies in high school. And I'm going to share that story later on in the show. But stand strong in your convictions. Nobody can make you feel wrong for feeling the way you do. And hold true to yourself. Because you want to go onto that path and that journey to be happy. And please remember, happiness is not something that you find outside of yourself. Everybody thinks that happiness is found in this little package that is way the hell out there, and it's going to be on the side of the road wrapped, in red packaging with a big shiny bow. Happiness is what you think, what you say, and what you do. And when what you think, what you say, and what you do, when they are in complete alignment, that is happiness. That is the package that you have been looking for on the side of the road all these years. That's why you're not happy. You're not aligned. You're not aligned. Align yourself. And don't worry about people hating you. Nobody's gonna, the likelihood of them killing you, it's not gonna happen. I'm a very outspoken person, and I was born without a filter and a censor. Nobody's killed me yet, and this should be inspiration for you. And you could be very polite in standing your ground. You don't have to be a jackwagon, okay? And nobody has to like you. But if they respect you, awesome. And you could do it a very firm, kind way. And you don't want to invalidate them and say, stop it, stop it, don't whine, just be firm, solid, stand in your power. Say, I regret that this is something that does not please you, but this is something that I do not want to do. And because you don't want to invalidate them. You don't want to be invalidated. You don't want to invalidate them. But I have found when you separate I do not want to, and I've had people where I've said it to them like 2 or 3 times, and I've said, I do not want to. And they go like this, and they'll laugh. They'll go, you gotta be joking with me. I'm like, no. Okay, so some people are going to be amused with it, and all the wrong people are going to exit your life, and the people who are not supposed to be going forward with you will just kind of fall off. Don't worry about them. You want people who are going to love you for you. Is it easier when everybody likes you? Of course. It's Of course it's easier. But like I said before, you're sacrificing your own soul. And it's negative energy. It's fake energy. And it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your energy field. It's going to hurt your, it's not good juju, So I hope that these tips helped you. Sorry I took so long to babble. I wanted to make this 5 minutes. It's turned out to be 8 minutes. Peace out. Enjoy your day, evening, wherever you are. We'll talk soon.